Hello everybody, welcome to Short Shot Archery. Anthony here, and in this video I'm going to share with you my experience with the Ultima Verta plate. So it's a nice collaboration between Hoyt Archery and Shibuya Archery. Shibuya makes some of the world's most popular arrow rests. I want to say it's like 95+% of all Olympians at any given Olympics in at least like the last decade or so, all use Shibuya Ultima rests. So with that, I guess they decided to partner with Hoyt. The two of them got together and they've integrated the Ultima rest into the Verta plate, which gives you the Ultima Verta plate. I think it's a pretty great idea actually, because previously, especially if you watched my bow build video of my new Formula XD from Hoyt, you saw that I had to like stick the arrow rest on to the Verta plate. There's no cutout already built into it that fits perfectly for the Shibuya arrow rest. So you kind of have to align things up with your eye and stick it on there. You know, I guess you could technically break out tools and try to draw lines and stuff to get it to line up perfectly. But even easier than that is just purchasing a plate that your arrow rest just fits right into nice and easily. So I did that. Actually, I had to wait for this to come in because they were sold out. So it's been out a couple of years too, so they must be quite popular, because I had to wait several weeks for this to come in. They only offer it in black, for a black arrow rest as far as I know. So if you want a colored, a colored arrow rest and one of the other colors Shibuya offers, you either need to, buy one separately or take one off another bow and just put an adhesive backing onto it to stick it on here if you don't want the black one that comes with this. Other than that, it looks like they offer this in left and right handed, and they have the standard, the mid plate, and the high low plate. Pretty straightforward. I'll have links in the description down below to it. So let's break this out of here, and I kind of want to see. I honestly want to see how snug the Ultima rest actually fits into the Verta plate. Like, how tight did they make the tolerances on this? Because if there's really no wiggle room at all, that would be pretty fantastic. All right, so after breaking it out of its little shell there, we got the plate adhered to the top here with a piece of sticky, very sticky tape. And then this is actually just an actual Ultima rest in its Ultima rest packaging. Jeez. Alright, well, you definitely know it's not falling apart on you. Okay, so we got the rest information and warranty on the back, an extra adhesive, because there should be one. Yep, there is one on the rest already, so you have a backup adhesive. So again, you could buy this, take the blue one or whatever you have on your current bow that you're using, you can take that Ultima rest off, put the new adhesive on, and you can have a blue or a silver or whatever other color Shibuya Ultima rest you own. You can have that instead of the stock black one. I'm gonna go with the stock black one. It's gonna work nicely with my bow. They also give you an Allen key to adjust it, which is pretty great. So let's go and break this out and see how well it actually fits. And maybe. All right, it's escaped. All right, so we're not taking the adhesive off yet, even though it shouldn't really matter. Oh wow, okay. So this is actually really impressive. There's basically no play at all, left to right or up and down. Very minimum. But your arrow rest is automatically aligned because it's in there. This is all flush. It's kind of a dream come true in a sense, because it's an integrated piece. It's not just like a stick-on add-on. Like, yes, you're still sticking it onto the Verta plate, but it is like integrated. It's in there. It's not going anywhere. The only thing that would be better than this is if it was like one solid piece. and they just had the adjustment built into it, but this is pretty close. So this is pretty cool. I'm gonna go and clean this with some isopropyl alcohol, and I will stick this arrow rest on it, and we can kind of compare. I'll bring my Hoyt Formula XD over here, and you can kind of see the before and after on it. Okay, so I just got done cleaning this with some isopropyl alcohol. Definitely make sure you let it dry, because you know, the shape of the Ultima rest is kind of cut out, you know, from this piece of metal. You're going to get some excess rubbing alcohol stuck in here, and you're just going to want that to dry. So just make sure that it's, you know, fully dry before you stick it on there. Other than that, though, really should be pretty straightforward. You know, make sure you have it set the right way. If you put it in upside down, you know, the Shibuya Ultima rests are ambidextrous, so you can just flip the arrow rest around. It's real easy. You really can't screw this up. Stick it in there, press down. Wow, 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 wow. It's nice. And really the only thing that's sticking out is, for the most part, the rest arm, the arm itself to hold the arrow. You get a little bit of the mechanism to let it to move, and then there's a little bit of extra plate where they reinforce around where the plunger is that sticks out a little bit. But this is definitely going to improve clearance. It looks, just style-wise, so much sleeker. I got my bow here. We'll go and bring that on the table now. You should really be able to see the difference. We'll see if this turns into a disaster. All right. So as you can see, there is a lot of space, there. This is gonna be so much better. Another cool thing is that this Veritune plate has the new design, because Hoyt actually changed up the Veritune plate a little bit, not in terms of shape, just in terms of how the lines look for, you know, clicker positioning. So the one I bought actually has the new look of the lines for clicker positioning. Not that it's really a big deal, but it's nice to have the new one. I know it's just some lines, but you know, something that I noticed right away. So I'm gonna take off my plunger, and we're gonna put this on, see how it goes. All right, and it comes off as easy as it is, you know, to put it on. Floppy clicker. Look at that. Looks pretty good. And then we'll just screw this onto the back, and we'll be good to go to put our plunger back in. No issues there. So pretty neat product. Yes, it's kind of like an extra accessory. Do you necessarily need it? No, but here is some additional you know, food for thought here. Since on the Ultima Veritune plate, your rest is built into it, it's not moving, it's very consistent. You can easily have two of them or one of them, and you can switch them to all your new Hoyt bows, and you know right from the start that everything's kind of set up. If your arrow rest breaks at a tournament for whatever reason, you know, some reason you bend the little arm here, you can have a second one. That's the Ultima Veritune, and boom, it's going to stick right on. It's going to be exactly where the old one was, because it's all machined out. You know, it's not up to the whims of how good was your eyesight today, were you not moving too much, did you actually put it in the right spot. It should be much more consistent. Is that a big deal or not? I don't know. That's going to be up to you, the archer, your experience with archery, and things like that. It's kind of nice to have that, though. You know, I might buy a second one just to have a backup for this bow, or put one on my older Formula XI, because that one has just a regular stick-on one. I did not get a Veritune plate for that one. at the time, because actually when I first got it, that wasn't even a thing. But with that though, it kind of, you know, kind of simplifies things, can make your kit easy. Now you don't need, you know, separate arrow rests. You can have an arrow rest that's already stuck to your Veritune plate. It's not going to move. You can keep that with your extra, you know, backup equipment that you bring to tournaments, you know, like an extra clicker, an extra arrow rest in a Veritune plate. Make everything nice and easy. That way, if your arrow rest did come off, you really just don't want to stick on a fresh one at the tournament and then try to shoot. Sometimes, you know, it takes a little time for them to adhere to the metal, even if you clean it off properly. So it is an additional thing, but I think this is a neat collaboration between these two companies that is actually making a useful product. So with that, hopefully you enjoyed. You know, I'm sure it's going to shoot just as well as the other arrow rest, as this one that I took off. But we'll see. Other than that, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and as always, happy shooting.